How's it going, everybody? It's Charlie, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. What an amazing Saturday it has been. The sun is shining, and Leeds United have started the Premier League campaign with all 3 points at Ellen Road in a 2-1 victory over Wolves. I've literally just stepped through the door. I've just got back from Ellen Road. My voice is a little bit deep, a little bit broken at the minute because God, there was a lot of things to shout about. There was a lot of things to scream about, but we got there in the end. Just before we get into it properly, as always, smash that like button. Please subscribe if you're brand new. Share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below on today's game. And yeah, we'll get into it then. So, obviously, we were unchanged from the game against Calgary, which was expected. No real surprises there. Obviously, Gellert, Greenwood, Somerville, they all came into the squad on the bench, as did Matthias Klick. And I thought Leeds United started off quite well, opening sort of 5 minutes, knocking the ball around well. Thought Aaronson, we'll get onto Aaronson more specifically in a bit, but I thought him, Rodrigo, I thought Bamford, there were signs that it was working and, but then Wolves had one opportunity where, again, this narrow system is just, I don't know what to make of it, if I'm being honest. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy with the outcome of today's game. Of course I am. But this narrow system needs working on defensively. I get it's zonal marking, so I get the team kind of all float over wherever Wolves have the ball. But if they beat that press, it literally takes 2 or 3 passes and they're in on goal. And that's kind of what happened with their goal. Obviously, it was Wolves that took the lead. 6 minutes on the clock it took. And, Rasmus Christensen, although I thought he had an amazing game, that was the only thing that he did wrong. Rather than just holding the Wolves player up on the line, he dived in, he skipped straight past him, ball in at box, headed back down. I think, correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, I haven't got my phone on me right now. I think it was Pedence who scored it, but it was a scuff shot. And if I'm being really critical or brutally honest, I think Melier should do better. I've not watched it back yet, in all honesty, so I will be watching Match of the Day later. So I'll give more of an opinion on that to myself, like once I've seen it. But from where I was stood in the south, he could have done better with that, if I'm being honest with you. But I thought the response from Leeds was very good, positive. Thought Mark Rocker and Tyler Adams were brilliant in that holding midfield role. I think they complement each other really well. Adams is really pleasantly surprising me. I didn't expect Adams to be as good as what he has been. You can tell why Marsh wanted him now. He's a system-based player. And like I said, him and Mark Rocker were both unbelievable today. I don't think there was a bad player out there for Leeds, if I'm being honest with you, today. Llorente looked a bit shaky at points, but I still think that he had an all right game. Wolves did the classic Wolves thing, which I don't understand because I have no issue with Wolves. I think they're a decent club with a decent fan base. But they did the same last season at Ellen Road. They scored early and then the time wasting, cheating as well. And don't get me wrong, this may sound like I'm just being bitter. It may sound like I'm just moaning for the sake of moaning. Ask anybody that was there. There was one in the first half where Mark Rocker had the ball and all he did was try and hold someone off. His arm just went like that. And the Wolves player went down like he'd just been shot. And he actually gave a free kick to Wolves as well. The referee was shocking. He was being mugged off and fooled so many times. It was actually laughable. I thought the referee in the Crystal Palace Arsenal game last night was very good. He wasn't having none of it. But our referee, because we never get good referees at Leeds, we just don't. Of course, he was letting him get away with murder, man. And obviously, there was one where their keeper collided with Christensen from a free kick, and everybody was wanting VAR. Again, I've not seen that back. I'm sure we'll see it on Match at Day later on tonight. But there was just the ref was just giving some silly decisions away, like, and the linesmen, both linesmen were shocking as well. Like, balls going out of play, and they were just letting them play on, but yet we'd keep balls in and they'd give a throw. Just little things that were trying to disrupt our game. But luckily, as I've said, the response in how we played was very good, and we ended up pulling a goal back from Rodrigo. If I'm honest with you, their keeper should do better with Rodrigo's goal. Obviously, we don't care about that. It was a nice finish from Rodrigo at the near post. Thought it was. I thought he actually played well. He didn't hold on to ball too much. I feel like a few of them in the final third were holding on. Well, I know this kind of counteracts the point that I'm trying to make, but a few of them sometimes when they were running into box looked like they didn't know if to pass or shoot. But other than that, I thought Jack Harrison was like a new signing out on that wing. I thought it was really good. Obviously, he gets an assist for the winning goal, which we'll speak about in a bit. I think I've got him in my FPL as well. So if you're involved with the FPL, I will be checking after I have recorded this. So it'll be interesting to see who's at the top of the leaderboard at the minute. But yeah, moving on to the second half, we had to find a bit of a storm in the second half. Quite tough to watch at times, not in the sense of Wolves didn't really do anything with the possession that they had, but it did feel like at points that I kept saying it's coming, because I just felt like Wolves were going to score. I did. I just, they were finding it so easy to beat us down the wings, and again, the zonal marking, it moves from one way to other, and for me, if it moves, as an example, if it moves over to the right, and obviously they all move over to the right, as it starts to move over to the left a bit, I'm not saying you all have to go right over to the left, but at least anticipate it. Keep watching over your shoulder. They weren't doing that. That's the thing that baffled me. And they were finding it so easy to sometimes cut through the middle of us. Like I said, as soon as you beat that press, one or two passes, and and we were lucky today that Wolves weren't at the best. I felt, apart from the goal, obviously when you're in the moment and you're at the game, you feel like they're all over you. But when I think about it now, they didn't really do a lot with the possession that they had. And I think the winning goal for us came at a crucial time when they were on top. A lovely assist from Jack Harrison, and Brendan Aaronson meets it at the back post. Apparently, it's gone down as an own goal. My dad phoned me, who's actually on holiday at the minute. So he's obviously a few hours in front where he is. But he phoned me after game, and he was like, it were an own goal, that. And I thought Aaronson had got a touch, but again, I've not watched it back. I don't care who it came off, it went in. And I think from that point, we looked fairly good. A lot more at ball. And yeah, I think Wolves just are one of them teams that if they go in front, I'll just say it, they try and shit house a result. But they didn't do that today. I felt Leeds, in terms of a discipline point of view, I thought they handled it really well, because it was frustrating to watch at times. Ruben Neves and Hwang Hee-chan, they must have spent half an hour, 40 minutes combined on floor in that game. Like, ridiculous. It needs stomping out of the game, really. It were actually quite embarrassing. If I were a Wolves fan, I'd be embarrassed watching that, genuinely. But we got the W. That's the main thing. And interesting to see Marsh and Bruno Lage on the touchline after game. I've seen that little clip on Twitter of them exchanging words, let's say. Bruno Lage did not look happy, but fair enough. He'd lost the game, but I felt overall Leeds did deserve it, if I'm being honest. And Brendan Aaronson, I mean, serious baller. Serious baller. And I'm not saying he has to be at that level every week, but you can tell that going forward and everything that we create offensively is going to come through Brendan Aaronson. A lot of it. It was out on the right, but then he'd float into middle and then he'd go out on left, and it was everywhere up front. Thought Bamford did okay as well. You can tell he's still easing his way back. He nearly scored an amazing header, decent save from the Wolves keeper, if I'm being totally honest with you. But overall, there's still definitely things to work on from a defensive point of view. 100%. We need to work on that thing where the opposition fullbacks and wingers are just finding themselves in acres of space. If we can sort that out, I think we'll definitely be more than okay. Obviously, up next it's Southampton away next week. They've just been beaten 4-1 by Tottenham, so it'd be perfect opportunity to get another 3 points before we play Chelsea at home, which will be a tough game. It will. But really, really enjoyed being back in and amongst it in the South Stand today. And yeah, hit me up in the comment section down below, guys, with all your thoughts and opinions on today's game. Smash a like if you're as happy as me that Leeds United got the 3 points. Please subscribe if you're brand new. And I will be back. I'm thinking about doing player ratings. Again, hit me up in the comments, or would you like to see a player ratings video? If you do, I'll start doing that. I will do whatever you would want to watch. I think player ratings would be a good one. Obviously, let the dust settle, maybe watch the game back a bit and then give overall ratings. I think that'd be good. My article on the game, I'll probably do that on Monday. So again, keep your eye out from all the content from myself. I do try and get out as much as I can. So yeah, I'll stop waffling now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.